Hello everyone and welcome to the world premiere of Renault Symbioz, a new C-segment vehicle from Renault, a full hybrid one. Here you have the vehicle displayed in the iconic trim level. You can see the light signature that is quite different from other cars, other Renault cars. It looks similar, but it is not the same. And you have some sort of dual layer plastic here because beneath this plastic, transparent plastic, you have like another layer of plastic with some illuminated fins. So it creates a 3D effect that is very nice to see in person. The headlights are the pure vision LED headlights. They are not matrix LED, but they are full LED headlights. The designers of this car explained us that they used also a 3D effect on this part here. These small pieces of plastic, they reflect light in different way depending on the sun direction. The logo is very visible, like you also see it on the other new Renault cars, for example Scenic. And beneath it you have one of the video cameras. You have in total 4 cameras. One is here. You have also cameras under the mirrors that can create like a 360 image from above, like bird's eye view with the car. And the rear one, of course, that is here near the button that you use to operate the hatch. If you open the trunk, you get a quite spacious trunk with a double setting. The first layer is not fully flat, as you can see. It has some bumps. I don't know why. Maybe it hides the high voltage components or things from the elements from the high voltage system. You also have another pocket here to hide things like the fire extinguisher and medical aid and so on. But anyway, you have like this double floor trunk, very roomy, and it can go up to 624 liters when the bench, the second row of seats, is pulled towards the front. I will show you in a second how you can do that. The trunk can be electrically operated. This is not standard on the vehicles, but you can have this as an option or as standard on some trim levels. This one is the iconic one, so is the top spec version. Interesting 3D signature for the rear lights. Here you have the turning signals, and the brake lights are here beneath. Now let's check the interior space. First I'll go in front actually, because I want to adjust the seat to my size. This is the interior of the car. You have illuminated panels for the front doors, but you don't have it illuminated in the rear as well. So only front ambient light illumination for this car, somehow expected in this category of vehicles. Now I'll adjust the seat according to my size. This is electrically operated, okay. I am 174 meters high, and this is my driving position. Okay, I'll now move in the rear seats to show you how I can sit here. Very good access. The doors open quite widely, and wow, this is very good because I have enough room for my feet to slide under the front seat. The front seat is mounted on some sort of console here, as you can see, and there is lots of room under the front seat. So I have enough knee room and enough feet room as well, which is good news for the Renault Symbioz. This is the solar bay roof that you can see that now it's darkened in the first part and opened in this part. In total you have 4 settings. It can be fully transparent, it can be fully opaque, and you can also have it opaque in the front and transparent in the back, or the other way around. So in total 4 settings for this glass roof, let's say. Coming back to the front seats, the steering wheel has the controls for cruise control and distance settings. I mean, all the safety part is here, and the assistance functions, and here you have the modes to display. You press this button and you change the viewing mode of the instrument cluster. This one is the perso mode. You can change the settings of the car: sport, perso, comfort, eco. So the instrument cluster illuminates accordingly with different colors and so on. If you go to sport, for example, you go to red, and the ambient light also changes to red, and the theme of the tablet, of the OpenR link. If I go to, let's say comfort, for example, it goes blue. The tablet responds quite quickly at the commands. From the car pictogram you can go to the main settings of the vehicle, and this is the home where you have the map. This system with OpenR link is based on Google automotive technology, and is one of the best that you can have on vehicles today. Volvo also uses it, for example. Another feature that I like at this car is this button, My Safety Switch it is called. From here you can personalize, you can customize up to 5 technologies, assistance systems. When it comes to lane assist, for example, or speed warning, you can have all those customized as you want, and when you enter the car and you start the car, it will always start with those systems on, but if you press this once, it will activate all the systems as you wanted them to be. So this is a very nice shortcut from Renault on Symbioz, and you can also have it on Scenic, for example, the electric one, the Scenic E-Tech. The windows are all with auto function, which means that they can roll up and down automatically if you press them hard enough at the second stage button, and also if you lift it just a bit and then release the button, it stops. And if you pull the button all the way up, you have the auto function like you have in any other car. And you have this function for all the 4 windows, especially on the iconic version. I don't know if all the cars have auto function for the windows. You can lock the rear windows. Here you can select the mirror that you want to adjust using the joystick, and after you finish adjusting you can press again and the LED shuts off. This is the button to close the mirrors on demand. On the center tunnel you have 2 USB-C ports and another socket for a classical cigarette lighter, and that can also supply power in that way. This is the gear selector. It looks very much like the one that you have on Renault Captur. We have the D mode, reverse, parking position for the transmission, and the parking brake is a bit lower. You also have the auto hold function. here. The cup holders are way back, a bit too far from my point of view, especially if you have the armrest pulled towards front at the maximum setting. It might be harder to get the glasses here because the armrest is blocking the way to the cup holders. But anyway, it is good that you have two cup holders, even though they are a bit hard to reach. When it comes to the armrest, it is adjustable from front to rear, but it is not height adjustable. And to open it, you have to press a button here, this one, press it like this, so no lifting, just pressing, and you have access to the interior space of this. It is not very wide, this is my hand, so you can see it's not very big, but it is enough for like a wallet or I don't know, some documents and so on. This is the glove box compartment. I think it has some soft opening function. Yes, it has, and it also gets a light in there. Very nice finishing on the dashboard, on the top version, this iconic model. This is like leatherette or something, and this is like plastic with a finish that reminds me of brushed aluminium, but it is not aluminium, it is plastic. Before moving on to Renault expert talks, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you like how I'm covering cars. And now I will hand over the camera and the microphones to the Renault experts to find informations about the Symbioz directly from them.
Hello everyone, I'm delighted to be here with you today at the Landit studio to welcome you to the Symbioz pre-show. My name is David and I'm the press officer. Symbioz marks a milestone in the Renaulution. This brand new vehicle completes the offensive of Renault in the C segment. Renault has a long tradition of making voitures à vivre. It's in our DNA. And Symbioz shares this DNA. The name Symbioz actually pays tribute to this genetic heritage. It instantly brings to mind the French word symbiose, which comes from the Greek symbiosis, meaning living together. It's a word that sounds similar in many languages. Symbiosis in English, symbiosis in Spanish, and symbiosi in Italian, making the name Symbioz easy to understand by a wide audience. So what does Renault mean by voiture à vivre? First and foremost, it's a practical approach to innovation inspired by modern lifestyles and needs. And if we look at Renault's heritage, we can see that the brand has rewritten the rule book several times with major functional features. If we look at the Renault 16, for example, it broke new ground in 1965 with a tailgate to access the boot, and of course the modular rear bench seat that was a market first with its versatile design. And we can also say that Renault 16 was Car of the Year in 1966. In 1976, Renault 20 replaced Renault 16. Continuing the tradition of family voiture à vivre, it kept the hatchback design while increasing legroom for the passengers. Another example from 1984, Renault Espace featured a high driving position with large windows and lights for a bright interior, and it also included generous onboard space. And the last example, in 1996, Renault Scenic. It rewrote the rule book. Scenic was the first compact MPV, just 4.17 meters long. Its characteristics included its modular design, generous boot capacity, and a wide range of onboard storage. Symbioz gives all these features a contemporary twist. Generous boot capacity of up to 624 liters, a bench seat sliding over 16 cm for a modular layout, and an interior based in light with solar bay our new generation panoramic glass sunroof that darkens on demand. And Symbioz goes even further, taking all the most desirable features from our latest cars with the best of Renault technologies, including the E-Tech full hybrid 145 horsepower with a vehicle under 1500 kilograms, so you enhance driving pleasure and low consumption. Symbioz ships with the best multimedia system on the market, easy to use and intuitive. OpenAir Link with Google built-in, and of course, Renault's new design language, more elegant and desirable. All this makes Symbioz a multi-skilled, multifunctional car designed to meet the expectations of our customers. Versatile and compact, it is aimed at a broad customer base, primary families, the family looking for space, modular design and efficiency. And Symbioz is also made for fleets, companies looking for a level of electrification while reducing the TCO. Symbioz is positioned between Captur and Austral. Symbioz gives Renault stronger entry-level presence on the C segment, just 4.41 meter long. This new model completes our hybrid range, already comprising Austral, 4.51 meter, and Arkana, 4.56 meter, while expanding the electric range with Megane and Scenic E-Tech electric. It confirms the coherence of Renault's strategy to address a full range of user requirements by building a dual range with dedicated platforms. So now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, we are really proud to reveal Renault Symbioz.
So I would like to start the presentation always with a question, because I have the opportunity to be here with you, and your opinion is so important for us. So tell me, what do you think about the car? First impression? Yeah? Really rational, coherent, I think. Yeah?
It's modern. And look, you know, it has a long, like it's like a wagon, like a family car.
Exactly. So we are speaking about Symbioz. Symbioz, it's a family car for sure, polyvalent, and we introduced this car on the C segment because, for sure, that this is not a secret. We shared the front face with a Captur, but this is a perfect car in the middle between Captur and Austral, 4 meters 41. And I think that it's a really smart project because from the beginning we decided to introduce all the features of C segment for Captur because we had to do this car. So we had the weight page to design the front face for these two cars. And for that reason, Symbioz becomes really coherent from every angle. So we introduced the new design language that you already know, I think, because we present from the other last cars. So extremely generous volumes, really sculpted, and suddenly the lines that cut these amazing generous volumes. So if we focus on the front, so we have for sure introduced all the ingredients, the identifiers from the brand. So the horizontal headlamps, this time sharp and fine. Vertical D-rails that, as you know, we take the logo, we cut on the middle, and we put on the extremity, in this case, in the opposite. So it's we make the link with the logo, because the logo becomes really important, the new logo. But this time, with this D-rail, we play with a graphic, a bold graphic, that I think that you will recognize immediately when the car arrives. And from my point of view, the most, well, you can say, masterpiece of this front face is the upper grille, that is not a grille because the air intake comes here and the lower grille. But this piece, I think that you will rediscover later when you see the car to the exterior, because we play with 3 ingredients. First of all, we make this piece in polycarbonate, that is, we play with the transparency. So we play with the depth, and we paint the piece behind. So we play with these transparent volumes. After, we have a gradated pattern from the logo to the exterior, and we play also with colors. So body color on the lower part, and in this part we have black and gray. So we play with pattern, gradated pattern, color, and the depth. So I think that when you rediscover the car to the exterior with the real light, you will see a real magical effect with different reflects and dynamism, thanks to these amazing reflects. So this is the front, the hood, for sure that we, you know, a horizontal, really horizontal bonnet, and really sculpted, again with these new languages. If we go to the lateral, perfect proportions with 4 meters 41, we introduce 19 inch. 19 inch for 4 meters 41, it's a really nice proportion. Line belt really high and really dynamic at the end. So we have, at the beginning of the project, we present to Luca 2 alternatives, fastback and boxy. And at the end we say, hey, come on, we have to do a sexy box. So for sure we have the sexy box here, so boxy but really dynamic. On the rear, exactly the same language, really generous volumes, and as the front, we have a structure, really horizontal structure from the lines, but also for the tail lamps. The tail lamps that we use another name from the beginning of the project, and we use always today. We say ice cubes. Ice cubes because it's a kind of geometrical in 3D dimensions that we can read again, that you can identify when you discover the car. So we have the position here, the turn indicator here, and the stop here. New logo and Symbioz with the new typography also. So after we can speak more in detail if you have some questions. Well, this part again for sure for the aerodynamic. And for the interior, the main important thing, it's a new ambience. We have, because it's a family car, we want to have light, so we introduce the solar bay. And we have this screen because now we have Google integrated, because we are on C segment. So we introduce the new screen with 10.4 inches. So this is the main things for the interior. If you want, we can go to the presentation on the screen, and we will see the weight walk and colors. So this is the sketches from the designer, and really nice sketches that I hope that you will have later. And for the body colors, we have 7 body colors, and we introduce the new color Blue Mercure. Really nice color again, really sophisticated, because Capture it's more sporty, dynamic, city car, and now with Symbioz we wanted something more familiar and more sophisticated, more elegant. So this color again, when you discover the car to the exterior, you will rediscover the color, because it sounds a lot. There are a lot of flap between gray and blue. Amazing color. Exterior red walk. Between Techno and Iconic, in reality, we change only the wheels. The rest is the same. And after, for Esprit Alpine, we introduce, as usual, all the identifiers. So everything becomes black, semi-black. We introduce the blade on the bumper for the Esprit Alpine, and the details as the logo in dark chrome, and the specific interior also. For sure, specific wheels that you have, the wheels just later. So we have 18 inch for Techno, 19 for Iconic, and 19 for Alpine. You have the biggest wheels just behind you in reality, the real wheels. that is better than this light. So again, we introduced the new language with extremely modern design for the techno and iconic, and esprit alpine, always with more esprit, sporty esprit. For techno, you already know because we serve with Capture. I love this interior because you have a really high quality fabrics, and I like really this detail that is the logo that appears but not completely and suddenly, because this logo it's amazing for us in terms of design. We can use it because it's the line, so we can use it with the patterns or with fabrics, or it's a really nice graphic that we can play with all the elements, and we do it. And for the dashboard we use a soft touch paint. For Esprit Alpine, the ingredients from the identifiers from Alpine, so the stitching in blue, stitching for the French flag on the steering wheel, the A on the top of the seats, have the embossing, lateral embossing, and dashboard also stitching, and we have the embroidery with the flag, French flag again. You have here, and the detail that I prefer is the deco part of the dashboard, because it's a nice film in base of aluminium, and after it's a gradation between gray and blue. So we introduce color, but subtly, not blue, completely blue. So you can discover on the car on the other part. But I think that this piece it's a really nice piece. And for iconic, the more sophisticated, more elegant, the highest level, really high quality for the fabrics. We play again with the logo, this time in XXL logo. And we introduce the synthetic leather because we don't use natural leather for any project. So synthetic leather for the dashboard, and we use exactly the same film, but this time black, gray to black. And all the details at this time we play with gold because we are in the highest level.
I guess you had the presentation of the design already, so you know perfectly the car. So my job will be quite small. my name is David Orluc. I'm the project manager of Symbioz, and I'm there with my two colleagues. Gabriela Argumedo, who is talking there, she's the product leader, and Alain Maillot, who is the chief vehicle engineer. And after the little presentation, you can ask us any question you need. Also, you have some demonstrator you can use to see exactly what we are talking about. So, I take the switch. So, let's talk about Symbioz. That has been already revealed and that you have seen the design. Symbioz is, as we said, very close to our DNA in Renault. It is a real voiture à vivre because it is very versatile and it is answering the need of almost all our customers. And this is our purpose, to make cars very close to people in Renault. So it is one of the most versatile cars inside the Renault lineup and very close to our DNA. It's voiture à vivre for all, means for all any customers, retail customers, of course, family mainly, but not only. Of course, as you can see, the car will answer to everybody's need. And also some business partners, fleets, of course, companies that want to buy the car. We believe also this car has a lot of assets to answer their need. It's a car starting on the C segment. C segment is a huge market. It's the most important market in Europe. 39% of sales are on C segment in Europe. It's composed with many different types of cars, pure electric cars, as you know, pure thermic car, and also some mild hybrid or sort of full hybrid. Our car is a full hybrid car, but there are many others technology there. Yes, you have many technologies for the engine, and we are developing a lineup that is covering most of this segment because as it is the highest segment in Europe, it is a huge stake for Renault to have good lineup covering this segment. This is why Renault, since already several years, is starting a strong offensive on this segment with all the cars that you can see on this picture, starting from the Megane, 4.2 meter, then the Symbioz, 4.41 meter, and then the Scenic, very close to Symbioz actually, but Scenic E-Tech is a pure electric car, okay? And then Austral, which is a bit bigger, 4.5 meter, and then Arkana, 4.56 meter. With this lineup, we have two technology, two type of platform, electrical platform with the Megane E-Tech and the Scenic E-Tech, but also more traditional platform for ICE thermic car with Symbioz, Austral and Arkana. And every time a full hybrid engine technology on these cars. We are also competing in the D segment. D segment is also an important segment for us. In Renault, it is about 10% of the European market. So if you make C segment plus D segment, you are reaching nearly 50% of the sales in Europe. It's huge. That's why also D segment is a target for us. And as you know, we have two offers on this segment, the Rafale, the Coupe Rafale, which has been revealed already, and the Espace, which is already sold, 4.7 meter cars, both with the 7-seaters. On the Espace, there are two cars on the D segment. So let's talk about Symbioz. So you have seen already the design, so I won't make the speech about the design. You've seen the car. It is a SUV, but it's a quite sharp SUV, a little bit smaller than very big SUV, and very elegant. Let's take a look at the dimension of the car. The car is 4.41 meter. So with this size, we are just entering on the C segment. Okay, and the height also is not that high, 1.57 meter, right? And the weight also is under 1.5 ton, which is great for a C segment car because we can reach a good consumption with these figures. And also the car, as it is compact, is very easy to use in the city or when you have a narrow spaces to drive. It will be very useful also in this kind of condition. It is quite compact. It is the most compact of our C segment, but it is yet very roomy, especially in the trunk that you have the opportunity to see on the car there. Maybe you played with that. It is one of the main assets of the car. It is roomy thanks especially to the sliding rear bench. We have a sliding rear bench with 16 centimeter stroke, which is very useful. If you take the seats on the rear position, then the boot is 492 liter, which is quite great because you have to take into consideration the fact that the car is a hybrid engine and does have a huge battery on it, right? And with this configuration, the rear passenger can sit very comfortably behind. They have something like 22 centimeter space between their knee and the front seat, which is rather comfortable. If you push the rear bench, then you reach 624 liter for the boots, which is quite a good figure, actually one of the best figures in the market for this kind of hybrid car of this size. It's nearly the same capacity of the Austral, which is bigger. It's quite good figures. And if you fold the rear seats, then you have a totally flat space that is appearing, which can be also very useful for transportation. So you can use the car in various conditions. The space of the boot is very well made. It's very boxy, it's very squared. It's flat with the floor that you have seen there. So it's very easy to use. It's even more easy to use as we have put on this car a powered tailgate, the electrical tailgate that you can operate 3 different ways. The first way is the traditional way with a button on the back door, and you push, obviously. And there is another button inside the car, in the cockpit, that you can operate from inside without getting out of your car to open the back door, which is also very useful if you don't want to go out, if you are shopping in a drive, for instance, it can be very useful as well. And also, when you are coming from outside with a lot of package, you can activate the back door with your feet passing it below the bumper, the rim bumper. It opens automatically the back door. So now you've seen the car is quite compact, it's quite roomy, and it's also integrating a lot of technology. I tell you, this car is made with the latest technology of Renault. Electrical platform is the latest one we have developed, and therefore we are able to put all the best technology that we have in Renault. At first, we'd like to present one of the most iconic one, which is the Solar Bay. Solar Bay, you probably already know it. It is a fabulous glass sunroof that can be opacified with electricity. You can operate it with your finger, activating it with a button which is here, or you can also activate it through your voice with a Google Assistant, which is cool. There are 4 levels of opacification: full opacified, totally clear, or front passenger opacified or rear passenger opacified. Then we have a large central screen, 10.4 inch, that is in the center of the cockpit, which is displaying the Google Automotive Services, which is also very well known, that you know from the Megane Tech, from the Austral. It's the same system, except it is appearing on this central screen, which is quite comfortable. And you can use, of course, the navigation of Google, but you can also get the more than 50 applications from Google, and there will be more on this system. You can also replicate your navigation. If you have Waze or something else from Apple or Android, you can replicate it on the central screen or on the cluster, which is behind the steering wheel. All right, you have the choice. It's very versatile again. It's a family car, so obviously we pay attention to the safety, and we have included in the car the best of our driver aids technology. A lot of intelligence, a lot of sensor, a lot of calculator are inside the car to provide something like 29 new generation driver aids. Among them, some of them are regulatory and a bit noisy, by the way, but we have to put it on the car. They are on the car. You have the autonomous driving level 1, which is great, right? And you have also the latest rear automatic emergency braking that stops the car when the car detects something on the rear. As I said, this technology is great, but sometimes some customers feel it's a bit complicated or a bit disturbing when driving because it creates some noise you don't want to hear sometimes. So we have developed a clever button there that we call My Safety Switch. You maybe have seen it because it's already on the Scenic Tech. It's also on the Symbioz, and it's quite convenient because you can customize 5 of the most noisy driver aids that are in the car, and with a simple touch you deactivate the noise and you can drive then peacefully without being disturbed by that. Okay, talking about safety, we also included a new feature on this car that we call the safety coach. Maybe you are familiar with coaching to drive more with a less consumption, right? This coaching is helping you to drive safely. It is monitoring your speed, your trajectory, it tells you if you control properly your trajectory, and also the safety distance that you have with the other cars on the street. It's very useful. It gives you a score, it gives you some advices, right? It's very useful, especially for young drivers. In families, you have somebody who is learning how to drive, you can use that for him or her. So it's quite interesting as well. And I should not forget, of course, one of the best technology of Renault, which is also in the car, which is the engine. The car is launched with only one engine, the E-Tech full hybrid 145 horsepower. It's a great engine. It's not a new engine, but it has been optimized year by year. So it's a very nice technology, and it is recognized that it's one of the best technology in the market. Some other competitors are selling great also hybrid, but the Renault concept is very innovative and is recognized really as one of the best technology. And we will sell the car at first with only this engine, as it is very, very versatile and it can cover the need of many. At first, of course, we are reaching a very good consumption. 105 grams per CO2 per 100 kilometer, something like 4.6 liter. It's a great consumption for a C-segment car, all right? You can drive in the city 80% of the time just by pure electric engine. Why? Because in the city you never stop braking or starting the engine again. Then you take the energy back in the car, and means that 80% of the time you are driving with electrical power, and you are saving something like 40% of gasoline using this mode, right? But in the meantime, if you need to travel far away with your family, you can reach something like 1,000 kilometer range, which is great, something that you cannot do with a pure electrical car, of course. So this engine provides you electrical driving, but also a long range, and is also, again, very versatile and can cover the needs of many. So you understood that this car, even though it's quite compact, which is a good benefit, a good advantage for the car, is also including the best of the technology that we are making in Renault: the solar bay, the e-tech engine, the Google services. The car is connected, right? And we think with all this technology and all this feature, we can answer the needs of many people. And that's why we really think this is a voiture à vivre for all.
So this is all from my side from Renault Symbioz world premiere. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and to subscribe to Adrian on Cars channel if you like how I'm covering cars. And till the next time, see you.